Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we were planning to do a simple Intel update for chipset drivers on Windows 11, but this video has turned into something completely different altogether. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so for some of you out there, you may be building new systems with your new shiny Windows 11 installation on a Intel chipset, such as potentially this one. This is the B560 Tough Plus Wi-Fi from Asus. Absolutely lovely board, and we've got this paired with a 10600 processor, as you can see in the system behind me. Everything was all good, up until the point that we took a look into Device Manager. There were some really strange things happening with the system. I ran a Cinebench test, and Explorer.exe crashed in the background for some reason. Cinebench carried on and actually gave a result which is slightly lower than I expected, but yeah, we hadn't installed the chipset drivers. So the next part was to head over to Intel and go and download the Intel Auto Installation utility and let Intel take care of things, update my drivers, run another Cinebench test, and we'll be happy, we'll get better results in theory, and power management, all those kinds of things will be working. And best of all, we won't have those crazy devices in Device Manager with exclamations by them. But no, my friends, that is not the case as things stand currently on today, which is the 15th of October 2021. Now obviously, depending on when you're watching this video, your mileage may vary, and hopefully it does vary considerably, because this is turned out to be a royal pain in the backside. So to cut a long story short as much as I possibly can, I've started making the video, decided to install Intel chipset drivers, and yes, come to a dead halt. The Intel Auto Detect utility found absolutely nothing. Going over to Asus's own website and actually trying to download drivers for Windows 11 came up with absolutely nothing. Trying to install the Windows 10 device drivers, which in theory you'd think would work, didn't at all. Absolute failure. So after a little bit of delving around, it appears that if you do want to remove those exclamation marks and get all your drivers working correctly, the only way of doing it is to dig out your trusty motherboard box, and you will need one of those round things which come with the motherboard. Now I'll see if it's actually in here somewhere. This is a good reason why you should always keep all the bits and pieces that come with your PC. Quite often people just chuck away stuff, but unfortunately for this particular instance, we will need one of these. Now this, if you're not sure what it is, if you're a younger person watching this, this is a driver disc. These were extremely popular back in the 90s and the early 2000s. When you got your new system, you'd install Windows 98 or Windows Millennium, Windows 2000, etc. Next thing you'd do was you'd put your motherboard driver disc in to install all the components. Those days, we thought, had completely disappeared. But sadly, they haven't. Now, to make things even worse, obviously modern PCs generally don't tend to come with CD-ROM drives, so we've had to dig out a USB version as well. So we're going to go over to the computer now, I'm going to plug this in and see if we can actually remedy the problem by using a driver disc. Who'd have thought in 2021? Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so we've got our DVD drive. I don't even sure what a DVD drive looks like in Windows. So let's have a look in this PC. And no, there's no drive actually installed or installed even. I can't even get my words straight. I'm so perplexed by this whole situation. So let's get the driver disk, and actually before I do that, let's quickly show you the problem. So right click, choose Device Manager, and we've got all this crap going on here, which is obviously not good and potentially could be why we're having issues with Cinebench crashing, etc., which you've probably seen some of the footage of already. So let's go ahead and put this drive in. Remember that sound? Wow. I've not heard a disk spin up in a long time. I'm actually wondering if it'll even auto run. There we go. So let's run the installation. This is very, very old school. Let's close that. So yeah, this is what a driver disk would do back in the day, although you probably wouldn't have all this stuff going on. Another potential issue is I'm not entirely sure that the USB DVD-ROM drive I've got actually works particularly well. It did fall over when I was trying to install the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Asus recommends Google Chrome. Yep, I don't blame it. Install now. Right, let's go over to driver. And here we go. So it's actually put ticks in there so it knows that it needs to install these things. So we've got the Intel chipset driver, we've got the Intel serial I/O driver, We've also got the Rapid Storage Technology driver, the Realtek LAN driver, get the hell out of here, not having Norton security. So Intel Wi-Fi driver. The Wi-Fi driver, funnily enough, actually is installed already. So that is, where are we? Network devices. There, so network devices, yeah, it's actually installed that already. So the driver for that, yeah, I guess is kind of optional. So at this point now, we've got the option, we can just click on install to install all, and I actually wonder what on here in terms of utilities, because I've not seen one of these driver disks for such a long time. So what we've got WinRAR, that's quite handy. Asus AI Suite 3, that's quite handy also. CPU-Z, that's good. TurboLAN, don't like that. And Daemon Tools, that also could be quite handy. Anyway, back to, actually I wonder if it's going to try and install those utilities. Let's untick those just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to go ahead and click install. And let's see what happens. Remaining time about 9 minutes. Wow. So this is where we'll probably get bombarded by advertisements for Google Chrome and other things that are going on. Something to keep an eye on, actually on the side here, is our other devices section. So we should start seeing those automatically update as the driver goes on. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the screen went blank briefly on my monitor, although OBS seemed to stay on. So yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so we've got rid of our bad devices, it would seem, but we'll let it go through and do the rest of its stuff anyway. Everything seems to be as it should be now, so yeah, that's pretty good. I can't believe I've had to resort to a driver DVD to get my Windows 11 installation up together. Absolutely insane. Anyway, I'm not going to chat about this anymore. We'll probably fast forward to the end and see what the results are like. Okay, so eventually we've come up to installation is complete. Please restart your computer. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so everything is done and dusted, and yeah, what an unusual experience that has been. I would have never thought in a million years that I would have needed to dig out a USB DVD-ROM drive to install chipset drivers. 2021, Windows 11, Asus motherboard. Come on, I've made some actual reasonable decisions there. Reasonably modern motherboard, not that old. Modern operating system. What is going on? I really don't understand. But on the plus side, obviously there are going to be things such as the Ryzen chip degradation that we're suffering from with Windows 11, which I actually haven't really experienced a great deal, so I'll be honest with you there, but certainly some people have, and it's been widely reported. So at least we're on the Intel chipset, so in theory we shouldn't suffer that quite as badly. And I'm glad to tell you that actually installing the chipset drivers has increased performance and also reliability. Cinebench no longer crashes and makes Explorer EXE crash in the background, so that is a very, very welcome thing, because crashes are just a bad thing in general. And also we've managed to claim, I think, an additional 200 points in Cinebench, which, yeah, a few extra performance points is always very handy. Obviously, that can be the difference between some apps being open in the background and some not. Although, having said that, by installing the chipset drivers, we have incurred the wrath of some of the other bloatware, such as the DTS surround software, etc., in the background. So, yeah, swings and roundabouts. But as far as I'm concerned, the exclamation marks are all gone from Device Manager. We've got a few extra points in Cinebench. I'm relatively happy, apart from having to dig out a CD-ROM drive in 2021. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Sound off, let me know, are you planning to install Windows 11 on your Intel chipset motherboard? AMD seems to be doing it very well at the moment. The chipset drivers, you just download it, install it, it does the whole thing, works absolutely flawlessly, as some of you may have seen from our AMD chipset driver installation, which is up here. Yeah, Intel is no good at all at the moment, so yeah, shame on them. They should do better. Anyway, I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.